Welcome to Hammerette Time, where we built a platform. West Ham fans have an opinion, and together we're going to create a voice for the female fans of West Ham United. If you'd like to get involved in future, or you know someone that might, let them get in touch with us on Twitter at hammers_chat or by emailing us hammerschat@gmail.com. Now, we've not got off to a great start with a male presenter. That should change in the not so distant future. After I disappear off your screen, you'll be faced with three lovely ladies going by the names of Emily, Laura and rounded up by Chelsea, giving their thoughts on what's going on at West Ham recently, as well as the upcoming game against Wimbeldon. If you enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like on it, leave your comments below and let the girls know what you think of their opinions and whether you agree with them or disagree, and also what you think of the new series. Anyway, that's it from me. Next up is Emily.
Hey Gio and Gunzo, it's Emily from the West Ham Way and Blowing Bubbles magazine. So this year marks 9 years, which is actually not a milestone, but here we are anyway, of the David Gould and David Sullivan reign at West Ham United. So it's been 9 years. There's been a lot of ups and downs in this almost tenure, and possibly more downs than ups. So we've had uninspired management choices of Grant, Allardyce, and Moyes, a real lack of investment in the squad, with a really huge turnover of unimpactful players constantly coming in and out of the squad. One of the bigger issues that they've had over the years is the sort of outspokenness of David Sullivan and his kind of cringeworthy public approach to both players and fans, particularly a highlight or lowlight, as it were, being sort of publicly trashing the signings of Fonte and Snodgrass. And I don't know that they have historically made that much of an effort to sort of endear themselves to the fans. But also in that 9 years, we have seen some progression and some growth and some highlights. This year, David Gould said that they've listened to the fans that have asked them to be ambitious. And I think that I would say quite comfortably that they've actually delivered on that. We've actually signed a really strong, ambitious, and really inspiring manager. It's really put money toward an investment towards the squad. We've actually signed some tremendous players, which has been really good. Felipe Anderson being a huge one of those like really ambitious and inspiring signings. So it's not been like a perfect report card for them, because obviously I think there's a lot of stuff to sort of still overcome and do. I think the club sometimes does still feel like a bit of a circus. And it's actually only been like a year since the whole Burnley pitch invasion incident, which actually isn't that long ago, really. We could also still crash out of this transfer window with absolutely no strikers, given the Arnautovic situation, which isn't ideal. And the whole thing about Arnautovic has been very like public and problematic and not really painted anyone, I think, in a great light in that sense. But at the end of the day, are we better than before they came? We've got a bigger stadium, a world-class stadium that we fill. World-class players such, Anderson, Lanzini, Balbuena, and I'd put Diop in there as well. We now are seeing success coming out of the academy again. We've got two fantastic additions to our first-team squad, really, with Declan Rice and Grady Diangana as well. And while our season's actually been really inconsistent, we've not had the threat of relegation hanging over our heads the entire time, which has actually been kind of nice. So being cautiously optimistic, I guess they're not the worst. But I think that last year of getting to 10 years of them at the helm is going to be an interesting one to see whether or not they continue the progress that they've started this year, or we go back to just coasting rather than actually making a huge effort to grow and achieve and do more.
Bit of a rainy Friday here in London, but super excited for another FA Cup weekend. Happy that West Ham are actually still in the FA Cup, and this one I'm feeling a bit excited about. I think Pellegrini is actually taking it very seriously, which is good, and I'm hoping we can go far. So the fact we've got Wimbledon again, quite ironic, a bit funny, and away as well. Slightly disappointing, as I was hoping for a home ticket for tomorrow, but never mind. I'd like to think we can beat them. I mean, with everything that's going on at the moment and the Arnie issues, it's a bit annoying, but I still think that even with all of that, we can actually win. I mean, we've got Hernandez, who I think will probably play tomorrow. Might even throw Carroll in there for a bit of good measure. We'll see. I mean, I think that's the easiest way of putting it, but I'd like to think with our team against their team, that I would like to think that it should be a relatively easy win, but we're on TV. I always worry a little bit when we're on TV. But yeah, I'd like to think, even Arnie, he's been training all week. He seems to be unhappy or not about it. He still seems to be part of the team. So if Pellegrini plays him, I hope he'll come out and he'll prove a bit of a point and maybe a hat-trick. Either way, I'd like to think it'd be a convincing win for us. Straight through, next round, and keep the FA dream coming. So come on, you irons.
Game day this weekend, AFC Wimbledon for the 4th round of the FA Cup. It should be a very easy win for West Ham. I'm expecting Pellegrini to put out a strong team like he did last time when we had Birmingham City. Ideally, I would like to see Arnautovic starting or to be on the bench to come on. I know there's a lot of controversy with him going on. In my opinion, if he wants to go, he can go. I mean, most players will leave for money these days and we've just got to accept it. He's done a lot for us. He's been committed, he's been passionate, he's helped us out of the relegation battle last season, He's become a very strong member of our team and I can understand why it would frustrate him to not be able to go in January, but I would like him to remain passionate and remain committed to the club until summer. And, if he does that, he can have my full respect and, I'll wish him all the best wherever he will go in the summer, whether it's China or, a different club. But if he's going to continue to not be in the correct mindset and, not give his 100% in the games that we've got for the rest of the season, then, to be honest, I just wouldn't waste any more time in him. We've got players that, want to prove themselves. We've got people like Silva, Hernandez. I know that he wants to come on, Perez as well. We've just got to start giving these people their opportunity and, work around it. But we can't really waste any more time. We need to get our heads back into the game, go for the 7th place spot because I think we can do it. So, positive attitude this weekend, guys. I'm looking forward to the win. Come on, you Irons. Let's go.